Yo, that's absolutely based. Hold on. Well, that sucks. All right. Well, I think we got that fixed. I was working perfectly fine. I can see I'm monitoring the audio right now, but Jesus. Anyway, so what I was saying is that it's Friday. At the end of every week, I like to treat myself to one Chipotle burrito with a bag of chips and some guacamole. I really like their guacamole. Their chips are just like really nice, and you got that Chipotle burrito. Can't get better. I mean, obviously, there's better Mexican food. Where I'm from in Miami, there's a restaurant called Guadalajara, which has some absolutely bussin' Mexican food. But no, it's not real Mexican. Well, actually, no. Guadalajara is real Mexican food. But obviously Chipotle isn't. But they got that good burrito stuff. So what is it? 8:12. So in about 40-ish minutes, I'm guessing I'm gonna have a burrito on site. Um, and I'm definitely gonna eat that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be sipping coffee and absolutely chilling. But yeah, it's Burrito Friday, baby. It does not get better than this. I love the end of the week because it means that I don't have to work super late. I mean, I have a final due in 2 days, but I put my work in today, so my partners can do the rest of the work they need to, and I have all day tomorrow to finish it. So I'm on track with my partners to finish that, and so I am here. If they need me, they'll text me, and I'll end the podcast early. But if they do not, that's fine because, like I said, I've been staining for 3 hours, and my head is full of stain and wood fumes. But whatever. So I did a big brain thing, very big brain, and compared to yesterday, which is when I had my last episode of this podcast, and for those of you who are new viewers, um, essentially it's just gonna be me talking for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, because I don't got really anybody that would want to be on this, I would figure. But who knows. So it's just going to be me talking for 2 hours. And I did the big brain thing. And I wrote down some topics. You can't see them. Maybe. There we go. Just a small flash. I wrote down some topics on a sticky note. So even if I do lose my train of thought, I still generally know what I'm talking about. I got some suggested topics if I do. Just like some more interesting stuff than other things that are not so interesting. Anyway, Tiny Mike podcast going really successfully right now. Other than the entire part where the mic stopped working, but don't worry, $5 microphone. How would it ever break? Oh god, I can still smell. Smells like wood stain. I can't wait to I should probably wash my hands before eating my burrito, right? Like there's probably wood stain and just chemicals all over my hand, and I'm just gonna grip this burrito and just put it in my mouth. So I should probably wash my hands. It'd probably be a very smart thing to do, but at the same time, I don't really care all that much. So yeah, we'll see what happens. See how I'm feeling. I'm gonna wash my hands. Why would I wash my hands? I mean, I did. I've washed my hands 3 times, and they still smell like stains. So it's not gonna do anything. But yeah, in 40 minutes ish, probably 30 now. Yeah, closer to 30 ish, maybe. I'm gonna have to bounce for a minute to go pick up this delicious burrito, and then I will probably eat it on stream because I don't care. Why not? Good coffee. By the way, that's what coffee versus tea. That's one of the topics I was thinking about talking about. I wrote them down this morning before my class. And coffee versus tea. Now, as I talked in the last podcast yesterday, tea is very. No, sorry, I wasn't talking about tea in the last podcast. I was talking about how I did theater. I did a lot of theater in high school, and I still do theater now. And a lot of the theater I did do was musical oriented. And the thing is, I got a lot of like star roles because like I'm a unit. Obviously I'm a union. Just like Chad, Alpha, Sigma, whatever energy, Greek letters. And it requires me to sing a lot, and so there have been times when I've lost my voice in the process of warming up for a musical and whatnot. Like for Charlie Brown, I was Charlie Brown. And the funny thing about Charlie Brown is that I was one of the few high schoolers in the production. Everybody else was like in middle schooler. So like it was open from 6th to 10th grade. I was in 10th grade at the time. In 10th grade, I'm currently 6'5". In 10th grade, I was probably closer to 6'3", maybe 6'4". Still growing a little bit back then. And so I was like a foot and a half taller than most of these kids. It was really funny. But another thing is, my voice had already gone through the majority of its development. Like, it's gotten lower in the last year or two still. But, by 10th grade, 11th grade, your voice is basically dropped. And so you got all these kids that are like, speaking super loud. Like, if you watch the first musical I was in, my voice is extremely high pitched. And that was in 8th grade. So, 2 grades later, my balls have dropped and my voice is lower. And so I'm just close to this, maybe like a little higher. I was probably in this range when I was in 10th grade. But I was playing an 8-year-old. Charlie Brown is 8 years old, canonically, I'm pretty sure. And so the director was like, you do understand that, you have a pretty deep voice. You gotta speak and sing in a higher pitched voice. I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be difficult. So I spent a month working on a voice for Charlie Brown. And maybe it wasn't the best one, but I ended up really liking it. The audience thought it was absolutely hilarious. And it was like this. Give me a second. Oh yeah, I was waiting for that to come out.
So basically, I ended up talking in this voice for the entire show. Like, oh, good grief. Look at that little redheaded girl over there. This was the voice that I ended up doing for Charlie Brown.
Which is very fake, and it's very far from what my regular voice is. I do a lot of like voice work because that's what I like doing. But like, imagine having to sing in that voice. Like, my favorite line is in the opening song. It's the last line that I had to sing, but I had to sing it in this voice. So it was very strange. It was hold on. It's been a while since I've sang in this voice, so you gotta give me a minute. Yeah.
An afternoon alone. Nothing lasts forever. All good things must end. I've memorized that phrase by heart. So tell me, I need to know it. When will the good things start?
That's what I had to sing in. It was an hour and a half long show. Every song, and there was a much faster song called Kite. It's like Charlie Brown's solo, and it's like a little more speed, a little more rope, a little more gotta get this stupid kite to fly. It was a lot of rapping, and the blocking for the song was me running around stage trying to get this kite to fly. So I was out of breath, number one. And when I was in 10th grade, I looked like a grease ball. Oh man, it was bad. I looked disgusting. I was a sweaty boy back then. But basically, like, to sing in that high pitched voice mixed with all the running around, it was a lot. It was a lot. But I got through it. People actually really loved the show, and essentially everybody in my middle high school called me Charlie Brown for about a year and a half until like the next memorable role came up for me. Because previously they had called me Dentist because I was Orin Scrivello in Little Shop of Horrors, which was really funny because I had to drop my voice for that, but my voice was still really high pitched when I did that show. So it was like, I mean, nowadays I do it like, when I was younger, just a bad little kid. My mama told me a lot of things I did. Very Steve Martin inspired kind of voice from the movie. But back then I was trying a deep voice when I was very high pitched. It was rough. It was rough. I'll say that. But yeah, that's that. Jesus, that was a large thing. Oh, I was talking about coffee and tea. Oh, see, I'm referring to my sticky note so I can kind of stay on track, even though I went way off track. Coffee versus tea. I lost my voice a lot. Charlie Brown, especially so. I lost it twice during the rehearsal process, and then once in the middle of our show runtime. I think we had 4 shows for that production, and like halfway through, I lost my voice, and I was like, "You're making me speak in the high voice." And the only way I was able to get through it is by drinking tea, like a chamomile. I call it special tea, because it's like this concoction that I found that works really well for my voice, which is basically it's usually a very citrus esque tea. I get like this orange kind of flavored tea. I don't know what it's called specifically, but it's tangerine orange flavored. And then I put a decent amount of honey in it, and then like a squirt of lime juice or something. And that it's very, very sour, but that shit clears my throat really well, and I was able to go through doing my little squeaky voice. You could tell by the very end of the show, my voice was tired at the end of every show. It was the same for the last really big show. I mean, the last really big show that I did was Title of Show. But my favorite show that I've ever done is Jekyll and Hyde, and I was Jekyll and Hyde. And anybody that knows Jekyll and Hyde, if you play both Jekyll and Hyde, you have to switch between 2 voices. Jekyll is a British guy, so he's like, shoot, I'm trying to think of a line. I'm just completely blanking. I'm just completely blanking on a line from that show. Oh my god. I can't think of one. What the hell? You know, for a favorite show of mine, the fact that I can't think of one line is really embarrassing. Wow, that kind of sucks because like I know the words, but like I can't formulate the line right now. The only one that I could think of right now is like, if I ever needed further justification for my argument, you have just provided it. That kind of voice. But Hyde, the way that we ended up doing it, by we I mean me, is once again I workshopped a voice, which was just basically a very low, deep voice. But back then, which was a year and a half ago now, maybe 2 years, I also had to grumble to it. Like, this is what a gravel voice sounds like. You add that to it, and it ends up being a very hard voice, or very hard on your vocal cords. So it's like, Dr. Jekyll, that kind of thing, or what was it? Simon Stride, that kind of thing. That was one of the lines. And so you had to sing in that voice. There was an entire song called Alive, where it's, you know, first time Hyde is Hyde. And he was like, the fact that I can't think of anything from the show is really embarrassing. I'm just saying. I think I ended up dropping the gravel from most songs and ended up just being kind of this voice, like, what is this feeling I'm feeling inside? I've never known I feel alive. But there are parts like in Confrontation. This is the biggest number. Well, I say biggest. It's just, you know, Jekyll and Hyde. But it's together. You switch back and forth between Jekyll and Hyde as the actor that plays Jekyll and Hyde throughout the song. So it's like, all that you are is a face in the mirror. I close my eyes and you disappear. I'm what you face when you face in the mirror. Long as you live, I will still be here. That kind of thing. But every so often, like, you can add a little grumble to the voice. It's like, shoot, when I'm trying to think of it. There's one part in that song, but it's literally a constant flip between the two. So it's really hard on your voice. But at the very beginning is like, I'd have to sing through the whole song to think about the part I'm thinking of. So, lost in the darkness, silence surrounds you. Once there was morning, now endless night. I will find the answer. I'll never forget you. I promise you this. Till the day that I do, you really think that I would ever let you go. Do you think I'd ever set you free? Like that moment. Oh, and then after that, it's like, if you do, I'm sad to say it simply isn't so. You will never get away from me. That kind of thing. And there's one part where he says hide in the song, and instead of just being like, I am you, you are hide, I went, I am you, you are hide. That kind of thing. And I got a critic's choice because I sang it so well. So, bam. Anyway, this is about coffee and tea, and I'm once again going way off topic, as we do on this podcast. So, coffee and tea. Once again, I lost my voice during Jekyll and Hyde, and I drank my special tea, and I was fine. But typically, I do not like tea. Special tea might be the only version of tea that I enjoy. And I try not to drink it all that much because I'm not a fan of tea. I like coffee. Coffee all the time, baby. I'm drinking it right now. And I think by far my favorite coffee is this brand of coffee. It's over there. I have extra in my cabinet. You can see the bags right there. Those two bags right there. It is called Death Wish coffee, and it's the world's strongest coffee. And when I say I need a buzz because I'm a big guy. I'm a very big guy. And so like a small amount, like a weak medium-esque coffee will do nothing for me. It will not keep me awake. No. It needs to be a very strong coffee, and I found that Death Wish coffee tends to work out for me pretty well. If I have like 2 cups, I'll be all right. I've been drinking coffee for several years now. So yeah. But my friend in high school turned me on to it. I think it was like a birthday gift or a Christmas gift or something. First time I ever had, I didn't know it existed. And ever since, like, usually at home, what I do is I just drink the coffee my parents made, because my grand uncle runs a coffee shop in Tennessee. And we buy coffee from him because my parents really end up liking his coffee. They just like his coffee. So we just drink that at home, and usually I'll just drink that or whatever. But while I'm here or whatever, I will drink Death Wish coffee, which is just what I drink. So yeah, I prefer coffee. I like a decent amount of cream in it. I know the cream isn't good for you, and I probably shouldn't be drinking the cream, but I do. I like the cream, so I put a decent amount of cream in. I put less in it now than I used to. It used to be like 2/3 cream to 1/3 coffee, and now it's like 4/5 coffee to 1/5 cream. Sometimes I'll drink it black, but that'll make me gag. But anyway, coffee versus tea. In my books, coffee wins. So there you go. When is this burrito getting here? It says 8:50, so I'm really hoping that my burrito gets here soon because I'm pretty hungry. I'm hungry, bro. Yo, homie, I'm hungry. That's what I am. Hungry. And I cannot wait to eat that burrito. Literally, it's probably like the one thing I look forward to in the week is eating this burrito. I'm not even joking. It's like super sad. I don't really get to do much during the week because I'm always busy. I talked about this in the last podcast, the first episode. So like I always eat the same burrito. I mean I can tell you what's in the burrito. It's a regular burrito, like regular, not double wrap, just single wrap. Steak, extra steak, white rice. I forgot what the tomato stuff was called. It's like a salsa, but it's not exactly salsa. Anyway, that sour cream, cheese, and black beans. That's essentially the burrito. I have to deliver it because it's pretty far and I don't have a car, and I'm not going out super late on the bus because that shit's scary. You can call me a pussy if you want to, but I hate going on the bus late at night. Freaks me the hell out. So usually I'd get like guacamole in it as well, but that's just not something I'm gonna do. So I can get guacamole and chips on the side. Maybe I'll dip the burrito into the guacamole. So super happy that it's Burrito Friday. Love that. What else? Oh, I can address my sticky note, right? Laundry. I have laundry as one of my subjects. I hate doing laundry, bro. Like, I'm sorry, it's just super boring. I mean, you basically wait to do nothing and then you do it. So like, I have a bag full of laundry that I need to do. I usually do it on Fridays, but I was like, I'd rather do this podcast instead. But the problem is, I'll have to do it tomorrow. Um, here's the problem. I have no more underwear. I'm out of underwear. Like I have underwear. Like there's two types of underwear that I have: boxers and briefs. You know, if you're a guy, and this may be just me, but I know like some of my other friends have talked to them about this. Um, I like if I'm just alone in my room, like right now, I will wear briefs. They are very comfortable. You know, you get them a size bigger so the elastic still fits, but like it's it doesn't like tight. It's not tight. It's just a very comfortable underwear if you're not walking anywhere. But if you go out in public, then you have to wear boxers. Anyway, I'm out of boxers, and I am going to be out this weekend working, so I have to have more underwear. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to get up early, do my laundry, or I'll do it super late tonight, so that I have underwear to wear for the next couple days, and then I'll have to do laundry again, which sucks. I don't like doing laundry, and especially like when it's winter clothes in laundry because like they suck up more of the detergent or whatnot, so sometimes it's not as evenly spread as you want it to be. So I don't know, man. It just it kind of sucks. Not gonna lie, and especially if it's like clothes, like the washers and dryers that they have. Like the dryers are fine. It's really the washers that they have at like universities and whatnot and colleges is like they are built purposefully small so that you can't do more than one like you can't if you have a big bag like I usually do. I'm a big guy. Most of my clothes are really big, especially the winter clothes. It's gonna fill up that bag quickly, and therefore also the washing machine, which means you have to use multiple washing machines to do one load of laundry. um, which means every time you want to do a load of laundry, you gotta pay like $3 or $4. That's at least for every washing machine use here is $1 like 50 or $1.30, something like that. So like all around, even the dryers, the whole thing is gonna cost me like $9 to do one load of laundry, and that's every week. So like I'm hemorrhaging money just to make sure I have clean clothes, and I think that's just kind of scuff. Like I pay way too much money to go to this university. On top of that, I pay way too much money to be housed in this university. And on top of that, I'm in AAP. I spend an atrocious amount of money on supplies so that I can build things that my TAs might not like, only to spend more money to build the same thing in a different way. So it's just they're already getting so much money from me. Why can't I clean my clothes for free? That's all I'm gonna say on that. Um, but talking about winter clothes, also, I know it's technically not winter for like another month and a half, um, but it's gonna snow up here where I am in like 4 days. Monday is supposedly going. It has a 50% chance of snow because it's starting to rain a lot up here. I'm getting a text that kind of important. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that so you can still kind of hear me. Tiny Mike will just hang for me while I respond to this text real quickly. So just give me a second while I do this. Sorry, it's taking a while. I have to think about how I'm explaining this process to my partner. Okay. Hopefully that's enough description. I apologize for the lull in content. I don't think I was talking about anything anyway. Oh, snow, right? Delicious. Sorry, I was talking to my partner. Partner as in like project partner, not like regular partner. Pfft, I'm lonely as hell. Why would I have a like relationship partner? Oh, I take that back. It's not gonna snow. They just upped it this morning. It said it was gonna snow on Monday. But I guess that's not the thing anymore. It's just gonna be raining all weekend, which sucks. Not gonna lie. But it says now it's going to rain next Sunday, so the 21st. I don't know. Like the lows are like almost at freezing point, so I think it's possible that it actually might snow. Oh, what is this? An audio message. Oh, she said it was an accident. I closed my burrito order. No, that's bad. That's really bad. This is just going so poorly. Yesterday's podcast went fantastically. Okay, good. We're in business. I still got a while until this person shows up. So, but yeah, I guess it's not gonna snow. I really like snow, so I'm kind of hoping it snows, which makes no sense because like the people. Shut up, Bezos. Oh my God, he's listening again. So the thing is about me is I am from Miami, Florida. And people that know a thing or two about Florida know that it hasn't snowed there for a while. You know what? I'm pretty sure the date is either 87 or 7. Shut up, Bezos. Oh my God. The date is either 87 or 78. But let me check. When was the last time it snowed in Florida? Let's see. As for snow flurries have been seen in northern Florida. Okay, that's not what I'm. No. Snow flurries do not count, and they're saying as recent as 2017, but that just means that like some shit from like Georgia or whatever it snowed in Georgia and a little bit came into Florida. That's not real snow. It says according to the Weather Channel, the last time it snowed in Florida was in January of 1977. The first and only time snow has fallen in Florida. So I was off by a year. I said 78. 77. I was close though. Oh my God, my partner won't stop. Sorry, she just needs a little bit more direction, so I gotta give it to her. I'm explaining this very well to her, but she's just not understanding it. And I closed out of my burrito order again. God, this sucks. This stream sucks. This podcast is absolute great. Oh, and now the burrito's coming like another 5 minutes late. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I like snow. As I mentioned earlier, it hasn't snowed in Florida since 1997, and if you can tell by just how my face looks, you can tell that I'm not in my 40s. Um, Actually, no, it'd be 50s. No, 77 is the end, so it'll be like 43, 43, or I guess 44 now, almost 45 because 2020. Too. So yeah, I'm not in my mid 40s, as you could tell. So I never experienced snow in Florida, which is a regular phenomenon for most people. um, but I have seen snow in my life. I saw it very little in my childhood. We didn't do much traveling when I was a kid because my parents were always busy, and we always prioritized work as a family over like vacations and stuff. And I don't hold that against my parents or whatever. And we just you know our entire lives has been very work oriented. That's just how my family is, and so like we didn't go really on many vacations. Like we went to Disney World and stuff for like our birthdays, but like we never traveled much of anywhere ever as a family, unless it was like for work. Like I remember we went to Washington D.C. in the District of Columbia, not as like super cool vacation time. It's because my dad had like a conference up there for his business, and subsequently because he did, he was like, you know what, let's go like 3 days early, enjoy the city, and then I'll go to the conference. So it was both for work, but also we had a little bit. That's the kind of stuff that was my vacations, and even then I didn't see snow very much. Like I remember the first time I think I ever saw snow that I can remember was my mom's birthday. I'm not going to say how old she was back then, but this is close to probably 13, 14 years ago, maybe even 12, something like that, something in that range. And we went to North Carolina. We rented like a lodge or whatever because she likes the north and the mountains. And this was in January. That's when her birthday is. And so it was snowing. It was very cold. We went skiing. We went tubing. All the fun stuff you do in the snow, sledding. And that was the first time I saw snow. And I was like, oh, dude, this white stuff is awesome. I like it. It's cold, but I like the cold because I don't do well in heat. I have this thing called rosacea, which is like I wouldn't say, I guess it is technically a skin disease or whatever. It's not like a real. I mean, I think it's called a skin disease, but it's not like a disease where I'm like kind of like dying. No, it just basically means like my body is constantly warm, essentially, and like if I get really warm, my face will turn tomato beet red, and my face will just be incredibly warm. That's just how I am. So imagine growing up in Florida, where in the summer it gets to sometimes 107 degrees or whatever, and you're just dying outside, that kind of thing. So isn't that great? So yeah, up here it's cold most of the time, so I don't really get that effect, which is nice because I am usually a good 5 to 6 degrees warmer than whatever everybody else is feeling in the same room. So it could be 72 degrees, which is a relatively pleasant room temperature. I think, like at least in Florida, it is like because outside's like 80 something, 90 something. So when you walk inside, 72 degrees feels relatively nice, unless you're like sleeping in my room where it's constantly 64 degrees. But 72 degrees, everybody's like, oh yeah, that's a nice and comfortable room temperature. I would be 77 degrees essentially on the high end. No, low end. 77 to 78 degrees personally because of my rosacea, which means I am always warm. So like when I am up here and it gets cold, currently it is 42 degrees here. My heater doesn't work in my room, but like the heat from the hall and whatnot comes into the door. So I'd say my room currently is probably, around, 64 degrees, close. Something like that if I had to guess. I'm just guessing. Which means I am close to 70 degrees, which means I'm in regular-ish room temperature. So yeah, that's how I work. But I love the snow. People are like, oh, it's so cold up where you are over the winter. You're in practically Canada. That's what my dad likes to say. He's like, you realize you're in Canada, right? And I was like, I'm not. I'm in the United States of America. I just happen to be very north in the United States of America. And so it just gets relatively cold up here. Which means I experience a lot of snow. Basically, once it starts snowing in November, Snow does not stop until probably late May. And the thing is, during that time, the sky is consistently gray. Um, there are a few days in May when it's starting to come to the end of the snowy season up here where the skies will start to be blue, but essentially it's usually just gray. Like December, January, February. Shut up, Jeff. Um, December, January, February, gray. Basically no blue sky. So I'm fine with people are like, oh, that ruins your mental state, doesn't it? And I'm like, sure it does, but who cares? Please, mental problems? Ugh, that's just like a given for my generation. By the way, I am like on the I'm on the high, not high end, I guess. Um, I'm one of the first, I guess is the correct way to say it. Gen Z, Zoomers or whatever you want to call them. My sister is also on that end. We're both Zoomies or whatever you want to call us. Gen Zs, tech kids. I don't know what you want to call them. But we're born in the early 2000s, late 90s. And by late 90s, I mean my sister was born in 1999, so very late 90s for her, and I'm born in 2001, so very early 2000s for me. And so we're like some of the first couple years of the Gen Z generation. Because I know there's like a gap or whatever in generations. Like there's considered a five. God, dropped it again. There's usually like a 5 year gap where there's like some play for when generations start and end, and I think ours is like somewhere from 95 to 98 when ours starts, something like that. So we're some of the first ones, basically. But I don't remember where I was going with that point. Yep, don't remember. I was talking about snow, but I don't. I have no idea how I ended up talking about that. Talking about generations and shit. But I don't know. I guess I'll move on. Yeah, honestly, it's kind of weird trying to stick to a format here. Um, I'm just gonna crumple this up and forget about it. Um, I had like a dream. That was it. Not dream like Minecraft dream. No. Like I had a dream the other night. That was like the last point that I had on there anyway. But I'll talk about that later. Because I'm thinking about Thanksgiving, baby. Thanksgiving. Let's go. Now, obviously, most people, Thanksgiving is not their favorite holiday. For me, it is also not my favorite holiday. I like Christmas, not because I'm religious and believe in Jesus Christ, but because I like presents. Also, I do like getting presents. Presents is fun. When you get something from somebody, you're just like, oh yeah, this is the shit right here. No, I also like giving stuff to people. I'm very good at giving stuff to people. I like doing it. It makes me feel good. So that's probably one of my more favorite. The gift of giving. Granted, like that's kind of part of what Christmas is, but yeah. Anyway, I only celebrate Christmas because nobody in my family is Jewish or black. So yeah, that just leaves us Christmas essentially. But nobody in my family except for my mother, who isn't super religious, but she is more religious than everybody else. Um, Cares about that Jesus stuff, Otherwise, the rest of us is just like, oh, nostalgia. I talked about this last stream. It's all about nostalgia. But anyway, that's my favorite holiday. I like the feeling of October and spooky month and Halloween. That's always fun. But my favorite holiday is Christmas. Um, Thanksgiving, though. Um, I mean, I don't. Other than like maybe the idea of fall, that's still more connected to Halloween than Thanksgiving. November and Thanksgiving, I mean, it's an American thing. It's literally about the Americans coming to America, and it's not the Thanksgiving story you learn in elementary school. It's we committed mass genocide essentially. But we're just like, hey, guess what? We shared turkey with the natives, which is not what happened at all. But regardless, we're gonna sweep that under the rug like the U.S. government. I like Thanksgiving. Not because there's like a theme surrounding it, which I guess is pilgrims and turkeys, and the president's like, "Ooh, look at this bird! I pardoned this bird for absolutely no reason," which is so stupid. But yeah, I like Thanksgiving because it's a little break. You get a little break before everything swarms into you. At least that's what I've gotten just consistently doing school my entire life. I'm sure most people know that feeling. After Thanksgiving, school is basically let's shove everything down the students' throats because finals are coming up and they need to know everything. It's the end of the first semester, at least in my experience. So Thanksgiving is just a little breather before it's like the calm before the storm, essentially. When is this guy coming? He's on the move. Oh yeah, baby. 10 minutes and I'm gonna have a burrito. Let's go. Um, but yeah, essentially, um, I just like Thanksgiving. Also, I'm from the South, which means I know what I'm having for Thanksgiving. The recipes have been in my family for a while now, and goddamn, every year they are fucking delicious. Oh man, I cannot wait. Like, you know how people are like, oh, the turkey, oh, the turkey is Thanksgiving, all hail the turkey. That kind of thing. That would be a great song, by the way. Somebody should write that. Um, that's not like obviously the turkey is like the symbol of November and Thanksgiving for Americans. Um, that's not the case for me. When I think Thanksgiving, I think of cheese grits. Now, grits is a very southern thing. Shrimp and grits, very Louisiana oriented. Just regular grits, very southern kind of thing. You're not going to find them much up north unless it's like a very expansive diner for some reason, or a southern oriented diner. You're not going to find grits really anywhere up north, or for that matter out west that much. I don't know. I've never actually been out west, so I can't say that with 100% confidence, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly just a southern thing. And so my family, for I think several generations now, has had this recipe called cheese grits, which is essentially just grits absolutely loaded to the nines with like different types of cheese and garlic. And oh my god, it brings a tear to my eye. Like, I don't cry at the dinner table on Thanksgiving, but like afterwards when I'm about to go to bed, I shed a tear because that shit is so good. I love it so much. And don't get me wrong, the turkey's amazing too. Every year my mom, well, I don't. It's not just my mom cooking. I love cooking. I don't do a lot of it up here because college, but I like cooking, and I happen to be very good at it, or decently good at it. Like my sister is the baker, I am the cooker. Um, in out of like the children in our family, well, there's only two of us, so it kind of works. Um, so she can bake a lot of things. I cannot do that. She can make a cake, and I'll be like, "Damn, this cake is moist. This cake is just fluffy. It's so good. Thank you." She'll make cookies, and I'm like, "Ooh, okay." Here's the only problem with her cookies, though. She likes it where they're really gooey and soft in the middle. I do not. I like a hard cookie, and I know that's like a sociopath thing to say, but it's just how I like cookies. She and I differ a little bit on it, but still, when she does make cookies, they're very good. Brownies too. I can't bake for shit. I really can't. The only two things that I've made didn't even really require baking at all. I made a key lime pie, which if you know how to make a key lime pie, it really just cures in your fridge overnight. You don't have to really bake it at all. And then the other thing I really made is tiramisu. Once again, not a baking thing, just kind of let it sit in the fridge overnight. But it's considered a baking process or whatever, I guess. That's at least from what I've seen. So that's the only two things I can bake, but I can cook almost anything you give me decently well. I grill a lot. I'm a grill master. You can tell wearing the dad wear or whatever. I think I'm gonna make this a thing where I just wear um, Hawaiian shirts during these podcasts. By the way, I think it's just gonna happen. But yeah, I like grilling a lot. But I kind of just do it all when it comes to cooking, other than baking. But anyway, the turkey's really good. We have cranberry sauce out of a can because that's like a thing now. We have sweet potatoes, which are fantastic. They got like caramelized pecans on the top, and then They're just really good. And for the longest time, I did not eat um, pecan. The not pecans. Um, the sweet potatoes because I was like, ew, it's so gross. Ew, weird, gross. And then basically you eat it and it's all sugar. So it's brown sugar, yams, and or yeah, yams and like sugar and pecans. That's it essentially. And I was like, shit, why haven't I been eating this for like half my life? God damn. Anyway, I eat it now. There's cheese grits. Love them. And then there's another thing that I didn't eat for a while, but I certainly eat now, called hay bales. They're not hay at all, as you can imagine, as hay is, I mean, I don't know if it's inedible, but you certainly don't want to eat it. Uh, they are green beans wrapped in bacon. Like one piece of bacon wrapped around 5 or 6 green beans. And they are baked in the oven, but like what you do is you melt brown sugar with soy sauce and something else I don't remember, and you drizzle it on top, and then you bake them. When they come out, they're like savory, they're sweet. There's so nothing about a Southern Thanksgiving, by the way, is healthy. I'm just gonna put that out there. But Jesus Christ, is it good? And then you have leftovers for like 3 days, and you're just like, I wonder what I'm gonna eat today. No, you don't even have to think that because you know it's going to be turkey, cheese grits, and hay bales. Like you just know. Oh, also stuffing. We get the stovetop stuffing, but my sister does some like magical voodoo shit on it, and it turns out to be really good. Ooh, my guy is almost here with my burrito. But yeah, I'm so ready for Thanksgiving. And you know what I'm actually very curious about? How other cultures view Thanksgiving, because it's obviously a very um, it's a very American thing, and by very American I mean it is specifically an American thing because um, it's the Americans and the Native Americans. I say Americans, but it's really the British that originally were the people, but Americans. Anyway, cultural genocide, all that shit. But I'm very curious about because I know some Canadians actually celebrate Thanksgiving, which is like I don't know, is that cultural appropriation technically? I have no fucking clue. But like I'm very curious to see how other cultures view Thanksgiving. But that's besides the point. I'm trying to keep an eye on this guy, make sure. So when there's a minute left, I'll zip, which is in a minute. So there you go. He's almost here. I was also going to talk about a dream that I had, and it's about the hats that you see right there. Um, I have it. My camera is cut off a little bit so that it's cropped correctly. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hats that I have over here, and then a helmet as well. So I have 11 hats just casually on my wall because I like wearing hats. I don't actually wear them all that much here for some reason, but I wear them a lot at home. I gotta go get this burrito. He's almost here. No, wait, is he? It says he's taking longer. I don't know. I don't want to like leave you guys. I'm gonna have separation anxiety. Oh, he is almost here. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta go get this burrito. I'm back. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my burrito. Maybe I shouldn't put my information on. Yo, what the hell? Obviously, this isn't the deliverer's fault. You probably can't hear me all that well, but look at this. No chips. Free next visit. I don't visit it. I get it. Oh, I'm not gonna have chips. What is that malarkey? Jesus Christ, that's so stupid. So stupid. What kind? You order chips. You expect chips. Okay. Back in my day, when you order chips, you get chips, and that's it. That's the end of it. You don't get them free next time you visit. What are you talking about? Next time I visit? No, I'm never going. Why would I leave my dorm? That's gross. I'm not gonna leave my. I'm opening this bag very toward. Do I even get guac? No, of course not. I don't even get guac. Just a burrito. Mm. It's girthy, man. I'm actually gonna let it just kind of sit there for a while. I'm not gonna eat it on stream. After all, that's just rude. But Jesus Christ, does it smell good? Oh man, I'm so excited to eat it. Oh God, I'm so excited to eat it, guys. You have no idea. I'm hungry for that meat and that cheese and that amazing burrito. Oh yeah. Oh, I just want to put it in my mouth. Yeah, baby, I just want to put it in my mouth. I've gone way too sexual again. Apologies for whatever the hell that was. Oh fuck, I just dropped my phone. What was I talking? Oh yeah, I had a dream last night about my hat. And the only reason I'm talking about this is because I don't dream that often. Either it's just black and nothing, or it's a nightmare. That's just how my brain works, which is probably a very poor reflection of my brain and my mental health, but whatever. But yeah, I dreamed last night, and I wouldn't say it was a bad dream or a good dream. It was more neutral. It was just kind of weird. Like, not much happened, by the way. I literally just remember waking up in this room, and like I was very confused. I was like, something's missing, and then I realized I looked at the wall of hats, and I noticed like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 of the hats were missing, and I was like, what happened? Where did my hats go? Where are all my hats? Why aren't they here? Where are my hats? Yo, where are my hats, man? That kind of thing. And then I just remember thinking like, oh, did my parents take them? Literally, I don't remember jack shit about what happened after. I just remember I noticed that some of my hats were missing, and I just was wondering where they were, which is the dumbest fucking dream. Like, it's about hats. Who cares? Who cares? It's about hats. Who cares? Why is that a dream? My brain was just like, you know what? You got hats. What if you lose some of those hats? And now that, boom, dream. Minecraft dream. This time there are 5 hats chasing you, and you have to complete Minecraft without having to wear one of those hats. That's a dream video. Boom, dream. You and I, man, you're from Florida, I think. At least I know you're the top YouTuber in Florida. You and I should collab. I've played Minecraft since it was a thing. Like in 2009 when it came out, you know your boy had that. You and I, hunter, gatherer, or whatever, manhunt, assassin. What if it's about hats, bro? You and I need to collab. I think there's something there, Dream. Yo, man, like I never seen your face, but like you're tall. I'm tall. I'm pretty sure you're Caucasian. Look at me. I'm Caucasian. I think we get along very well. Very well, Dream. We both like Minecraft. That's literally all I know about you. I don't watch your videos. I watched like the first Manhunt, and I haven't watched any of the others, but I think you and I would get along very well. You and your 27 million subscribers. Well, guess what? Guess what, Dream? I got 55 followers on Twitch. Beat that, bro. Beat that. 27 million? 27 million on YouTube is about this equivalent to 55 followers on Twitch. Like, Come on, guys, do the math in your head. You know that's true. You know that's true. I'm only speaking facts here. Everything that I say is a fact. So come on, Dream. You and I, we should collab, man. I just realized, literally, both Call Me Carson and Ludwig are online right now. Now I know where the majority of Twitch people are. 15,000 people watching Lud. Why does he always have to stream when I stream, huh? Every time I stream, Ludwig is streaming. Maybe he's stealing all my viewers. That's what I think. No, joking. Nobody wants to watch the shit I'm babbling about. Oh, have I mentioned the bomb threats and shooter threats at my school? Yeah, okay, try this one on, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta roll up my sleeves. It's actually a little warm in my room right now. I could just fix that by opening a window, but I don't want to freeze my nuts off or my precious burrito. I would kill myself if it went cold. Yeah, so this happened this week, by the way. Sunday and then Tuesday this happened. So Sunday, I'm at Studio. Studio is where I work, basically. It's just the building that I have my desk on and all my materials so I can do my assignments and whatnot for architecture school. And it's the middle of the day, like 2 o'clock. Casually working. Probably drinking a coffee or something, eating a muffin. Who knows? Something. And we all, like, all the people in Studio, which, on a Sunday is probably not that many people, get a text. Stay in place order. Do not go to like Central Campus, which of course this building that I am is on the cusp of what is considered Northern Campus and Central Campus. It's like on the edge. And they named one of the buildings that is about a 5-minute walk from my building. And we don't know what happened. They're just like, stay away, stay in place, that kind of thing. Get a couple texts later, same thing, basically. They added more buildings to the roster, some very far away. Once again, still one of them was like 5 minutes away from us. And we're stay put. Do not go anywhere, basically. So we're all freaking out. We're like, oh my God, what is happening? Like an hour goes by. We got an email. Like there's an alert email that we have for our campus so that everybody is, aware of if there's a emergency. And the subject was insert emergency here or something like that. And so we were like, what the fuck is happening, guys? Everybody's freaking out. And it's not until later that we figure out it is a bomb threat. There is a bomb threat on campus, and everybody in the building that I am in is in a 5-minute walk from a bomb. That's alarming. And they're telling us to stay in place. And so another 30 minutes go by, and they're like, okay, if you are in these buildings, evacuate immediately. I was not in one of the buildings they evacuated, but it's a fly or mosquito or something. Some guy comes up. I know he's an administrative guy. I saw his face from the shop because what we have is like all the desks and whatnot, and then right below that is like the shop where you can do. They have heavy machinery that you can use to make whatever you need to make. And some guy comes from the shop. Comes up the staircase into what we call the plate where everybody's working, and he yells at everybody, evacuate the building immediately. And so people are freaking the fuck out. They're scared shitless. We're like, what is the bomb going to affect us? What? And so everybody starts leaving or whatnot, and we miss 6 hours of premium work time on a Sunday. That's a lot because we have deadlines like every Monday, every Friday. And so missing 6 hours on a Sunday is valuable time to have stuff done by these deadlines. And so, it's not until like 8:30, maybe even 9, like 3 hours later. Maybe it was sooner than that. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. This was Sunday. Like, how am I supposed to remember something from 6 days ago? 5 days ago? Like, come on. They tell us it's all clear. They found no threats. And like later, like a day later, Monday, we figure out some incel on Twitter or some shit was trying to like get a girl. He was stalking a girl, and he was like, if you don't like DM me or whatever, I'm gonna send in a bomb threat to multiple universities, all of which were Ivy Leagues, by the way. Yale got one, Brown got one, Columbia got one, Cornell got one. So yeah, we had a bomb threat. Of course, none of us knew it was fake, but we were freaking out. And of course, Tuesday rolls around. What happens on Tuesday? there is an active shooter situation, not on campus, like slightly north of campus. But remember, the building that I was in, same building, is on the edge of North and Central Campus. And so they're saying, stay away from Northern Campus. If you are on North Campus, evacuate immediately. And if otherwise, stay in place. Don't move, because you don't know where this shooter could be. And so I miss an entire class. I miss my COVID test because it's on a Tuesday. And yeah, we lose another couple hours because of an active shooter. And once again, everybody's freaking out. Like my parents, like, they were like, we weren't really worried about the bomb threat. Those things are usually fake anyway. We knew you were probably okay. You weren't even like too close. I mean, still, it was very frightening for us. But like, there's a shooter now that scares the hell out of us. And I'm from Florida. Shooters are like the most common thing in Florida. Everybody has a gun, basically, especially if you're in northern Florida. So yeah, that's kind of a thing. But I was freaking out. I was like, I don't really feel like getting shot. So we freaked out, and we didn't learn anything about it basically until like super late at night and whatnot. This Tuesday was one of the days that I was in the building until 12 a.m., 1 a.m. kind of anyway. So like I went home very, very late in the morning in the dark. And where is my dorm located? On Northern Campus. So I went closer to the shooter, and we didn't get any information until like late, or early Wednesday morning. And they were like, "Don't worry, you're safe to go up there." So yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna sleep at my desk. So I went outside during an active shooter situation, went closer to where he was, and I slept that night. But yeah, how in a span of 3 days, really 2 days technically, because they were so close together, we had both a bomb threat and an active shooter situation, which is just awesome. Am I right? Isn't that like I definitely say like boom stamp, boom poggers moment right there. But yeah, and then we got a really shitty email from the administration just being like, "We know it's been a stressful week. And especially stressful couple days. So we want you guys to know that we understand, and we there are resources on campus for you." Which, like, I understand they're doing their due diligence. I personally didn't really care about it, but like just saying that we have on-campus resources just doesn't really help much. I'll be honest. Like a couple people were like, on that Tuesday that we got the active shooter situation, any finals and prelims, which are exams, were canceled, which is pretty nice of them to do that. They would reschedule them like a week later. That's a decent thing to do. Like after those 2 days, what I would have done is I would have canceled classes for either the rest of the week or like just like the next day or two, something like that. Because both a bomb threat next to an active shooter threat, like, even for me, who doesn't usually give a shit about those kinds of situations, because like I know statistically it's not really gonna affect me all that much compared to the grand scheme of things. It's really not gonna be a problem. But like for other people, it's a huge ordeal, and I'll admit I was a little nervous, not so much during the bomb threat, but during the shooter situation. So like I would have been okay if they gave us a day off, but they didn't, and they just told us on-campus resources, use them, guys. Whatever. But that was a scuffed couple days. I say that was 3 days ago. But now it's Friday, and I have a podcast, and I'm happy that I have a podcast, and nobody's watching it. But I don't give a shit. Like, aren't these kinds of platforms for people to just kind of do their own thing? Like, if you are not legitimately enjoying what you are doing, if you're doing something like this, which is, I guess, a performance art, I don't know if it's like art, but it's definitely a sort of performance. You gotta be enjoying it, otherwise it's not worth the time. Like, some people do this shit for money, and don't get me wrong, like earning money for doing this kind of stuff would be pretty cool. Not gonna lie, but that's not the reason I'm doing this. I stream because I enjoy it. I started this podcast because I found this mic and I thought it'd be funny to do a podcast with it. But I am doing it because I enjoy just talking about random shit. for hours. It's just fun. I get to talk about whatever the hell I want, and somebody like socially is not going to be like, no, can't talk about that or whatever. Granted, I mean there are community guidelines for Twitch, which we can't violate. But whatever. It's been good, even for a stressful week with a lot of work. It has been good. I got a burrito. Almost done with my coffee. It's been like hour and 15 minutes for stream. It's not that bad. It's Burrito Friday, baby. Second episode of the Tiny Mike podcast. Basically, no active chat compared to yesterday. Like, where's Cinnabon when you need him? Am I right? Yeah, this has been good. I've enjoyed today. Today's been good. I've enjoyed today. It's been a decent day. I think I'm out of stuff to talk about. Not gonna lie. I got this burrito. I'm pretty hungry. I'm not gonna eat it on stream because it's kind of gross. I mean, if you like snack on chips, it's fine. But this is a whole burrito, and I don't want to be dripping all over the place. I mean, I got drip, but I don't want to be dripping all over the place. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. The second episode of the Tiny Mike podcast. Thank you for whoever tuned in. I had a couple viewers at the very beginning. I've kind of been sitting at 2, but whoever you two are, I appreciate you guys coming to watch. I'm gonna post this on YouTube. The first episode is already out on YouTube. At Team Buster on YouTube, episode 1. I bought something. Go check that out. There will definitely be more of these in the future, depending on my workload the next couple days. I might just do this tomorrow. Might do this Sunday. I don't know. I like it. It's fun. But yeah, I think I'm done. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been great for me. As I ended the first one, adios, mis amigos. Goodbye, guys.